I loved watching Sakura for the first time, as it gave me an opportunity to learn about director Yazaki's vision on the book by Kanako Nishi. Composing music is art, making a movie is art as well. Putting the two things together can give a completely different meaning to both. Director Yazaki was amazing in expressing his vision for the movie, but he also gave me an almost complete freedom in expressing these ideas in the music. Composing for a movie is very different than any kind of music making. You develop a theme, then the variations of the theme is coming back in the other parts of the movie, welcomes the listener in a different part of the journey. I strongly believe in storytelling in music itself, and it was the most natural process to accompany the story of the film with my music. A close friend of mine in Germany said, "A Day in New York has something very unique. It talks about our generation and how we see life today. It tells a story about the age we live in, about our connections with each other, and talks about how we see things in the bigger context." Director Yazaki heard it on my concert in Japan and expressed his immediate passion for A Day in New York. This encounter with him allowed me to learn more about his meaningful work and accept his invitation to work together on this movie. The story of this piece, A Day in New York, is very simple. It talks about my day in New York and all the emotions, all the feelings I'm going through during my day in New York. Family is very important to me. Living in New York and missing my family and my home country is a big part of this piece. That is very strong connection between the movie Sakura and A Day in New York, as Sakura is a family drama with most complex relationships in it. Composing a folk tune into the piece was also important, as the simplicity of the folk tune can express the most complex emotions better than anything else. Not to mention that we learn all these folk tunes when we are small children, then they accompany us through our lives. That exactly happens with the melody and the music in the movie. The movie tells the story of the family through many years. The melody comes back in multiple times in the movie, expressing deep emotions in the most simple, genuine way. I generally believe in simplicity in arts. I try to cut off unnecessary movements from my performances in classical music, allowing the listener to have space to fill in what needs to be filled in. Or in composing, I try to eliminate unnecessary notes from my compositions. A Day in New York is a perfect example for that. I probably spent more time cleaning the piece up than composing it. My art is relatively new in Japan. I only performed a few concerts. I'm learning so much every time I touch ground in Japan. Geographically, it was challenging to work on Sakura because the music production was here in New York and the movie was done in Japan. But I really enjoyed working together with director Yazaki. It couldn't have been more effortless. This movie is such a unique artistic expression. I really hope that the music will help to bring the audience closer to the original story, as the movie isn't about the music, but the music indeed can create an entirely different depth or connection between the audience and the picture. I love learning. I love storytelling, and I love learning new ways of storytelling. I became to be better storyteller after working on Sakura. Music can give very different depth to a picture, to a film. Working with these pictures, films always excited me. I wish I could go to Japan and experience the audience's reaction coming out of the theaters. That would be a real reward after working on the movie for such a long time.